Thank you for joining me, fellow Guardians. This is Sam from Multiverse Mission Control, and today I've got a special update regarding the future of the channel. I've just arrived home from PAX, and I am brimming with inspiration and determination. And I've got a lot to say, so if you've got shit to do, I'm gonna leave the TLDR version at the end there. First of all, sorry for the sudden changeover to Horizon, with no warning. I meant to have a status update prior to that point, and I did. It was just wrong, and in need of revision. And then, being at PAX allowed me to get some distance and think it over a couple of times under a variety of mood filters, and here's what I came up with. I'm ready to go daily. Yeah, boy. I've gotten better at making videos, I've gotten more confident in my own style, and I've looked up how to streamline my upload process, which just dwarfs the time I had to spend before, so it's all coming together. I wasn't able to work up the nerve to put down many flyers at PAX, but Max had my back, so for better or worse, I'm out there for real. And in that case, it's time to take this seriously. The game went up a difficulty, so it's time for me to allocate some skill points, you dig? But more than that, I think I may even go a mite further drastic. I'm thinking I might even start double uploading, like the pros do! Hold on. I know that was a little sudden, but let me explain. You see, in making the push to prepare 7 series worth of content, I ran into something. Because I like to record like 2 to 4 episodes a session, I plumb ran out of disk space for the first time during this whole endeavor. I was deleting the local content off my computer before episodes were published and crossing my fingers that I wouldn't need them. So double upload is not merely a means of getting my content out there, it's about getting it off my computer so it won't gum up the works. Granted, this was probably also the effect of having some gigantic episodes on there, like the Horizon pilot or the Undertale finale, but I never know what a series will consist of when I start, so I'm better off just not dallying in brat country, you know? However, this week will still be single upload because that's what I had fully processed. I'll let you know on Monday if I'm still feeling the same way and ready to go that route. Also, I'm still dedicated to doing the style of long Let's Plays, because, you know, sometimes you don't get to see some of the beefier parts of a game's depth until you sink a bit of time into it. And feelings can change over time the more you play, and the conversation can just kind of generally evolve as to what themes it's going for and what it means for the game industry at large, so I feel this is really important. This means that I'm definitely going to fall behind in terms of the hype train, but as ever, the rule to doing a good channel is to be honest with the content that you want to make. As to the more proximal lineup, I already had each slot kind of cordoned off for similar genres, and I think I'm just going to continue that trend because it'll be easier on my brain for one, and it'll also allow me to put up more distinctive kinds of content to reach a wide variety of peeps, you know? So, with that, let's introduce the lineup. Monday, I will reserve for new releases, and right now, that means Horizon Zero Dawn. And I'm really enjoying it so far, and I can't wait to introduce it to y'all. It's really great. However, that does make this slot the Seed of Chaos. New things are always coming out, and while I won't be covering everything ever, because ain't nobody got time for that, it's still quite likely that a series will get cut short to make room for another. I may put the old one on hiatus, or continue it in a different slot, which will put something else on hiatus. And, as mentioned before, I'm likely to get done with the series long after the hype was worn off. But then again, people tend to make the decision on whether they'll get the game or not within the first few minutes, or after a good hard think, which will be when the more depthy parts can emerge anyway, so, you know, whatever. Tuesday is what I'm setting aside for the Brawler genre. I'm sticking with Shadow of Mordor for right now, and it looks like I'm just gonna focus that to completion, because the timing is such that the sequel, Shadow of War, is coming out in August. So, first of all, I'm just thanking the random forces that be for lining it up that way. But of course, this does mean that Demon's Souls is going to languish on the back burner for a while. Didn't expect that going in. Oh well, I'll get to it. Wednesday is my platformer day. This week, I'm battling Gatekeeper Kidra in Rogue Legacy, but after that, I'm switching to Ico! That's been on my to-do list since before college. I've played Shadow of the Colossus, and I loved it to pieces, and I'd always meant to get back to Team Ico's first brainchild. And with The Last Guardian having come out recently, which is another title by them that I've been itching to sink my teeth into, I think it's just time to marathon Team Ico. I may break it up with Portal 2, depending on how I'm feeling, And again, getting into it long after the hype, but I did that with Titan too, so sue me. Speaking of, Thursday of miscellaneous action. This week I've got one more episode with Lieutenant Levi, and then I hit a bit where I can grind, which means I'm switching back to Infamous 2. This is the first series that I actually got a request to continue, which is really heartwarming. I mean, I won't always be swayed by audience opinion, but in this case, I've been meaning to get back to it. So, they want it, I want it, let's do it. Friday I've set aside for narrative games. Undertale is nearing completion, and I'm really excited. I've got the final episodes recorded, 3 in total, with the last one being a Mongo. Once that's done, I'll follow it up with To the Moon, another RPG Maker game that I and much of the internet adore. The sequel should be coming out this year, so I figure now's the perfect time to get it back in the public spotlight again. As for the weekend, random! Literally, just whatever I want to do at the time. There's just too much out there that I want to do. So this could mean competitive games, this could mean one-offs, or this could even mean doing other series in broken up segments like Night in the Woods, which is an indie title that came out recently that I feel is kind of just my level of humor. So, I want to be disciplined enough to see a series to completion, but this is also a creative outlet, is it not? I need to be a little capricious now and again. I will say that Overwatch is happening both weeks, because they're going through a lot of changes right now. Like, Orisa, for example. Really want to play her. She looks fun. So, that's the story, and I just want to say that I wouldn't have the courage to do this if it weren't for you guys. Whether you've watched my videos, spread the word, or just stopped by to drop a nice little thought in the comments to leave me smiling for the rest of the day, you all have helped spur me on just significantly. And last I checked, I had like 71 subscribers? That is bonkers to me. And maybe that don't sound impressive compared to the big channels, but I legitimately thought that when I hit the 6-month point, I'd have less than 10, burn out, and regret all my life choices. And yet, you all are still with me, and far from feeling lifeless, I am invigorated with newfound power! So, thank you. Thank you all so much. I sent the word out that this was what I wanted with my life, and a lot of you heard me. And you have no idea how much your support means to me. Truly, thank you from the bottom of my heart and whatever organs you want. So, I am going to do my best to live up to the faith y'all have put in me. I'm ready to put out some great episodes and hit this new wave like a tsunami on roids. So, look forward to it. So, thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe if you want to see future content. And remember, you all have the potential to get good. Peace out. TLDR is coming up.